So what do you do when you don't have the answer to a question? You just admit that you don't know. Simple as that. So recently I was in this meeting with a couple of developer friends, and one of them asked me out of the blue a question that I had no idea how to answer. So what did I do in that situation? Well, I simply said I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. It's not my domain, I went on to say. And I could sense that the tone of the whole meeting changing. It felt like we were all more open with each other. We were all more open with our ideas, with our thoughts, with our suggestions. It didn't feel like the many meetings that I remember having in a lot of my previous jobs where the mood was the opposite of what I felt in that meeting. The mood was instead tense. It was a mood of tension where I had to be on my guard at all times and feel like I had to be constantly answering questions in the right way and giving the right answers. No, that was the opposite of what I would feel very frequently in meetings in my previous jobs. And that got me thinking, what about saying I didn't know about something? What about that changed the tone of the meeting? And after some reflection, I've come up with two learnings from this experience. One, that if you don't know, if you admit that you don't know something, you open up a space where others can share what they do know. A lot of the times people who work with you will rise to the occasion and share what they do know and share the answers that they think are best. And as a leader, you should let them. And the second learning that comes out of this is by admitting you don't know, you show vulnerability. You admit the truth. You admit that you are not perfect because you are not perfect as a leader. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the answers. And by doing that, you allow others to show vulnerability as well. You allow them to speak the truth as well, so that when they don't know of something, they can say out loud that they don't know, which transforms the discussion that you have in a meeting into something else, into more of a discussion about how to find the correct answer to the question at hand. It's a team effort. It's a collaboration, not so much a here are the questions, come up with the right answers, or you don't have the right answers, oh, then you must be this, that, and the other. That's how a lot of meetings tend to go. People are held accountable. People are held to this very high standard, which is productive to some extent, but at the end of the day creates an atmosphere of tension where people can't do their best work. They feel like they have to be on guard at all times. They feel like they have to maintain this facade where they have all the answers and that they are masters of their domain and that they will always know what to do. That's not the best environment that I personally would want to work in. I don't want to work in an environment where I have to have all the answers at all times and I can't admit that I don't know something and that I need help. So if I don't want to work in that environment, why would I try to create that environment? So to answer the question, what do you do when you don't have the answer to a question? You just admit that you don't know. Simple as that.